Hello and welcome back to our Empire Total War Darthmod as the Ottoman Empire, and welcome back. It's been quite a long time that I've been away, but it's been a lot of work and stuff going on at home, and I finally have some free time to get into a battle. We last left off when we declared war against the Georgians. It's going to be quite a tough fight, and knowing that we have artillery, we do have an advantage, so we need to try our best in perhaps luring the enemy in piecemeal and to make the best advantage of our defensive position, really, even though we are attacking them. So let me quickly hop into the save before we get in, and let's go into battle. So of course I'm pretty sure you've been wondering what has happened, those of you who are interested. Well, it's been quite a lot of research time I've been away for. I'm a tour guide, basically, so I've been doing a lot of extra work to make sure I'm bringing the right story to anyone who comes through that I guide here in Edinburgh. Furthermore, there's just been some renovations we've been doing and some extra beautifications to the house I live in here. And unfortunately, that's been going up and down, as it always is with these projects, but we've had a couple of downs recently with some not very good workmanship that led to half my dining room ceiling collapsing in. So that was not a pleasant discovery, so I've been going through trying to sort that out and make sure that they fix what they broke. It's not my fault, it's theirs, so it's been a lot of back and forth, and as it is here in Britain, you can't lose your temper with anyone, because if you do, they shut down, so you have to have that stiff upper lip. And I guess that's the type of spirit that got us through the war. And when I say the war, I mean the Great War. And what kind of Great War? Maybe World War I, World War II, who knows. So here we are on the battlefield finally, and that's my little life story. What I need to do is I need to take advantage of our positioning as best we can. And since I'm attacking, I can't deploy any anti-cavalry measures. But what I need to do is I need to try and lure the enemy in piecemeal. We can't simply allow ourselves to get caught out in the open because they have cavalry superiority for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to force them into these choke points. I'm not going to take any of these buildings. I'll send an Azar regiment though ahead, and I will take this building. But for this unit here, let's form up along this side at a wide front. Fit in like that. That's good. We'll defend ourselves here. And we'll get ourselves a couple of Bashis as support. Let's have these guys as support on this side. These guys as support on here. And then this Bashi Razooks over on this side. The artillery, I might even deploy straight away. Let's just unlimber them right now, but I won't have them on fire at will, so that's good. For my general, I'll keep him with the cavalry. In fact, let me have them all fighting. That's good. Okay, so let's deploy them in a wide front, perhaps along this side. That'll be good. And then perhaps we can lure the cavalry out bit by bit, because the enemy loves sending cavalry out on their own. So we'll do that. And I think we're all set up with this. Oh, another Azar regiment. Great. I think I'll have him set up along this wide front here as a just in case. So let me set my Azars to defensive as well. Okay, so we'll start out now. Hopefully we get a little lucky, but let's see what we can do. So we'll try and rush in and take this building for ourselves. Excellent. Okay, that's fine for now. Let me get this Azars over on this side, so deploy like so. And I'll have these guys close by. Like so. Excellent. For the artillery, I'll turn them on to shoot when I need to, but right now they probably will send some cavalry immediately, so we need to prepare to meet them. That's good. Okay. Actually, it would be good if we have the chances to shoot at them. Okay. And now for our cavalry here, they're going to come after my cavalry. Let's lure them out into the open. And that way we can destroy them a bit easier. Good, good, good. Alright. And we just got inside the building. We should get that notification just now that we just took the building. Excellent. Oh no. Maybe some of our Azars got caught out in the open, but a lot of them did get inside the building and we are shooting at them. And they're taking some good gunfire here. Okay, we do have a notification we've taken the building now, so that's good. Right, let's try and launch a good flank attack into them. So let's send this cavalry over on this side. Alright, let's get these Bashi bazookas into them. I believe the artillery can defend themselves, so we should be okay for now. But they have magically just driven off the horse crews though, so the artillery is stuck in place. But they are taking a lot of small arms fire, so we should drive them off soon enough, so that's good. Okay. Let's set up my infantry like this. Okay. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. If we destroy the enemy piecemeal, that way their numbers will count for nothing. Let's try and get these guys back onto the artillery pieces. There we go. Okay. These guys are shattered, so that's good. Let's send these Tatars closer, and we can rear attack these provincial cavalry, who are doing a pretty bang-up job holding their own, even although they are outnumbered and surrounded and getting shot at. So we've already taken out a lot of cavalry. There's still 2 more cavalry regiments on the field, plus their bodyguard. Hopefully if we kill their general, then maybe we can have that shock to force the enemy to retreat. So that's really good. Okay, so we've now driven off 2 cavalry regiments. And they're both shattered, so that's extremely useful. Let's send all 3 of my Tatars actually along a wide front here. And I'll have my general close by, my infantry for support. Oops. Like so. Okay. This is good. Okay. Now let's reform these Azars like so. It looks like they're launching a wide front on this side. Okay, so let's bring these Bashi bazooks over to this side. And in fact, these 2 Tatars, let's go here. Change of plans, boys. Okay. Right. Our infantry, let's pull these Azaralis back like so, to this side. These Bashi bazooks are going to have to sacrifice themselves at the moment. Let's bring these guys around like this. Like this. There we go. Listen to my orders, please. This is the problem with fighting in towns, is that the pathfinding can be quite difficult. Alright. And let's bring these Tatars over like so. Perfect. Now, this other Tatar regiment, let's see what we can do with them. Maybe we'll swing them out quite wide for a flank attack if we're lucky. Okay. So far so good. Let me bring these guys around the back and we can try and attack them from multiple sides. These guys attack now while these guys ride around behind them. Okay, so that's gonna be another cavalry regiment taken care of. My artillery have opened fire and they've been doing some good damage. I'm going to see if I can target their general, though I doubt it since we have buildings in the way, but we can try our best. I'd like to get this Azar regiment perhaps along here. No, just along here would be useful. No, just keep them along this side. That's good. Now let's take a look at my Tatar regiment, what's going on with them. I'll just attack their general, I'll sacrifice that regiment. Okay, let's take a look at what we're up against here. Have we driven off this cavalry? Are they shattered? No, they're broken. Let's just keep running after them. Good, my Bashi Bazooks did very well, so let's pull them back along this side here. Alright, we're doing a very good job. Very, very good job. Okay. And my general's still alive, so we have our morale buff, and the enemy are losing ground with loss of life. This Tatar regiment has the entire might of the enemy coming down upon them, so let me pull them back. Yep. And Tatars have an extremely poor morale, so that good. I'm luring the enemy in at least this way. Let me try and reform my Azaralis like this. Maybe we can get some gunshots into them. Okay, very good. Right. Turn right back around and attack these guys. Okay, now let's form back up and we can shoot at these guys. That's fine. My artillery. So we've killed absolutely none of the enemy general's bodyguard, which was quite a shame. It's just interesting to see how the enemy cavalry can be so agile, and yet when you try and maneuver your cavalry, it's as if they are moving with, you know, a ton of bricks in their pockets, you know? It's just very interesting how you... And I ordered an attack on these guys. Fine, let me just attack into the back of these guys. I'll move my general close by. Okay. Now let me see about my artillery. Let's just try and shoot something, anything. Actually, I'll rather shoot at these guys here. Okay. Right, let me bring my Azars along this side. Okay, good. Now let me send my general around the back here, and we can try and drive off this bit here. Alright, these Bashi Bazooks, we need them close by near my Azaralis. Good, good, good. Okay. Good, we're breaking their cavalry. Fantastic. Right, there's very few of them, so they should be shattered as well. Excellent. Okay. Let's get everyone out of this melee quickly. Like so. Right, and my cavalry go like this. And the general, we need to get him behind the line so he's safe. Okay. I'm gonna extricate this Azar regiment and get them to try and help out. Move them along this side. It's gonna take them a while to get here, but we need their guns to bear. Alright. And while the enemy have been running around dilly-dallying, and tiring them out, we've been quite capable of conserving our energy, so we're very lucky here. I wonder where their enemy general is, though, because he's still a cavalry unit at the end of the day, unless he was... No, he's way at the back. That's perfect. Okay. Right, for our artillery, let's just stop firing. They're not contributing right now. Oh, and the Tatars are under fire, so let's move them a bit more along this side. Okay, these two, I want to move them here. If we can charge into these militia, we'll force them to they won't do well in a melee against at least these sword-armed infantry. We also have a better position up on the hill here. Right, here comes the enemy general. Was that a bad idea to move out of that house? Probably was. And we're not going to get back in time, so let's try and reform along this side here. Like so. We need Bashis on this side to help out. Just shoot them. Oh, we need them in the gunfight. Bring them over this side. They're going to try and get after my general, which is not going to be very helpful. Right. Let's try and get our cavalry over this side as well. Alright, we've scared off the enemy general, and we killed him! Yes! Very, very good. Alright, Bashi Bazooks, stay on this side. Let me see, where's these Azars? And they decided to run completely across the face of the gunfight. How amazing. Well, their casualties have not been that horrific yet. We should launch a charge, perhaps, and we can drive off these militia. So let me get my two cavalry around again. That's fine. Ooh, alright. Pull back. There we go. Took a while to connect to the ground there. Okay, and we shattered. Yes, and he shattered. That's amazing. Okay, so there should be that morale shock. Let me get these guys around this side here. Oh. Oh no. There we go, like this. Let's get in there. Go, 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 go. Now, where's this cavalry? Okay, good. Let's attack them right in the flank. These guys should be getting scared now. And then we can defeat them piecemeal. Okay. Very good. Very, very good. Ooh, this is definitely some edge of my seat stuff going on right now. Right, let's see how well this charge does. We are attacking them in their flank and their general is dead, so... Wavering. Very good. Good, broken them. Right, let me pull them back here so we can get some of those pikemen to get shot at. In fact, both of them should pull back. Whoa. Right, come on guys. We still need you. Let's see what's wrong with these militia. Shattered, excellent. And these militia broken, so they might come back. Let me just bring these Bashi bazooks back here, just in case. We can always countercharge. Alright, good. Opening fire on these guys now. Let me bring my Azarolis forward. Let's go, 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 go. Excellent. Alright, very good stuff. Now, I don't know what to do with these Azars, so I'll move them along the side here. Yeah, let's do that. Probably take some... Okay, now let's send my 2 Bashi bazooks here. Oh boy, okay. Well, these cavalry are pretty much sacrificed. No. Let's get them out like this. Alright, let's move the general up a little bit. Maybe it might scare them a little. Well, they were wavering. Now these Tatars are wavering. Alright, like this. Okay, good, good, good. Now let's get this cavalry along this side, like this. Good. We've now clashed against the pikemen, but they do outrank us in terms of melee capability, so let's bring these stupid Tatars up here. In fact, let's just charge right into the back of them. And the general can move a bit closer. Good, good, good. They are broken, so they might come back, but we are putting them under good fire pressure here. Oh, right, they wavered and broke. Fucking idiots. Okay. Good, good, good. This is the decisive one. Yes! Broken. Fantastic. This battle is ours, boys. I'll keep the cavalry charging after them while these 2 Bashi bazooks will form up and we can charge. There we go, and then let's move the general a bit closer here. Right, let me move these guys closer. Excellent. Alright. Let's see how many of these guys did we kill. Well, there's still 71 of them, so... Alright, let's just charge at them. Let's just get in there and kick some ass. Only 1 unit of militia, and these militia are coming back though, so let's bring these... I'll reform these Azars to shoot at them. Oh yes, here we go. This should definitely scare... this would scare the bejesus out of me, seeing a few hundred guys charging at me with swords, so... Who said the old ways were dead? Excellent. Broken. Alright. We are in a fantastic position. Alright, we've won the battle. This was an intense battle. Wow. Alright, let me try and bring these guys closer again for some shooting. Let's not suffer any more friendly fire. And these guys are just broken, so they can return, but we are chasing after them and cutting them down, so they should shatter quite soon. However, these guys are suddenly steady, and they're the only unit left. Their general is dead. It's not a good position for these guys, so I don't really know why they want to stick and fight. So let's see here. They're still broken, which is weird. Alright, for these Bashis, I think we just go gung-ho and charge. Let's do it. Yeah, well, these two can still run after these guys. Oh, wow. As it always is, you know, with the Europeans, they're supposed to be far more superior than we would ever be. But we're doing very, very well in this battle here, with extremely inferior troops. Alright, they got a volley off, but I don't know how many managed to get shot before clashing, but now this will definitely scare them off. Come on. Yes. Let me see. Broken. There we go. Now let's just keep after them. And I'll send this cavalry after them as well. Well, these guys... Okay. Wow, guys, what an epic battle that turned out to be. So I'm going to pause the recording here and run down these militia since they're close by. And I'll see you back on the campaign map. Alright, welcome back. What an absolutely crazy-ass victory that was. So we have emerged victorious. We have taken quite a few losses, though. But I think we've now got a shot of wiping out Georgia. So they have a few hundred troops remaining, and we did kill their general. So we must try and push forward and try and take the city itself. So now that they are fleeing into the mountains, that's going to be really useful. So they shouldn't be able to reinforce Tiblisi. Fantastic. But they do say that it's not going to be a victory for us. The issue is that they have their line infantry. That's the problem. They do have some garrison line infantry. Which is interesting how they have garrison provincial line infantry. Wow. So this is where they have some professional soldiers and they have these mortars against us as well. So we are up against a pretty good garrison. But I think we need to just keep on pushing the momentum. If we can try and get into the mortars and kill him, that way we've destroyed their morale, we can at least be able to kill off the infantry by surrounding them with our Bashi bazooks, hopefully. So we're definitely going to hit the save here. Don't want to refight that battle again. And let's... I would want to continue the siege, but the the army I just defeated will come back, and there's also Dagestanis to come in from the north as well. So we are really in quite a precarious position. But really, let's just throw ourselves into another battle. Of course, I'll be honourable and demand the surrender. No, they're not going to surrender. They really should. So let's get ourselves into the assault. I was definitely getting quite nervous in that battle. There was a lot of back and forths, and really it's a huge shame about those Tatars, because they really are... They need to be more reliable, but then of course they are bow-armed cavalry in an era where everyone's got guns, but these were cavalry that were used quite successfully even in this era, in this area of the world, and they were also still relatively feared. So it's interesting how these guys have such a big advantage over us. But once again, of course, we're playing on the I think we're playing on the hardest difficulty. So this is what happens when you do that. The enemy basically becomes almost unbreakable. But we were very lucky in some of those situations. So what we're going to do is we'll try and be as smart as possible. We do have artillery of our own, but I'm going to pull back quite far on the map, since mortars have an amazing range, of course, and naturally they are going to shoot very far, but I need to pull back so I'm out of their range, and this might force their mortar crew to abandon the mortars themselves and charge out, since they don't have walls. So we're very lucky in that respect. Maybe by killing this general, at least the captain of the provincial guard, early, that way we can break apart their lines a bit by bit. So we'll try our best here. So let's see. We are in the deployment phase. What are we up against? It's a flat map. so it's not so bad. We do have some high territory. I'm going to basically turn into the greatest noob of all time. I'm going to corner camp, guys. And in fact, and sometimes in the most dire of situations, this would be very, very useful. So in fact, I'll deploy high up on this hill bit here and deploy the artillery. My Azars, I'll be like so. Like that bit here. And then for our Izaralis, I'll pull them back like so. We should be quite far out of their range, so hopefully we don't get shot at the very moment we start the battle. Actually, let me move these guys forward. This way, when we force the enemy to come to us, we can definitely give them quite a pounding before they reach us. And then the Bashi bazooks, I'll just shove them in right in the corner like so. That's good. And then for the cavalry, let's have them right against the edge of the map here as well. My general, though, I'd like to have him here. And then for the Tatars, let me have them on fighting. That's great. And let's end the deployment. So let me see what we're up against. We might even still be in range of these mortars, which is not going to be very helpful. But they are idle, and normally they would start shooting, so let's actually start with our artillery to shoot at high-profile targets. So let's shoot at this line infantry. In fact, I'll shoot at this line infantry. If we kill more line infantry, that would be great. How many times do I say line infantry? Okay, so they haven't started anything, so good, we are out of range of their mortars. But I was hoping they would pull the age-old trick of trying to charge them suicidally. And I'll actually try and spread my line out as well, so we get the most amount of troops firing in one go. We have this little hillock in the way, which is a bit of a problem. That's right. In fact, I think it's better to be this way. That's fine. There we go. Okay. So we have been shooting quite a couple of times, but our shots are not landing on anything, so that's a bit of a shame. Maybe a closer target would be a bit easier for us. Right, let's take a look at my artillery here. Okay. Taking quite a while to reload, unless our line of sight is really poor. Yes, I do believe our line of sight is not very good, so maybe we can try aiming this far unit here. Maybe we can get some shots off. Okay, that's one shot off, but that's probably gonna miss. Yeah. Right, so our artillery isn't in a very advantageous position. We should move it. But where? What would be a good spot? Probably along this side. That would be a better spot. Along here. Or at least here. That would be much better. That way we can get both of our cannons firing. That's fine. The artillery is limbered. Good. Okay, so let's move them here. Let me move the cavalry forward. But I guess then we might get into range of their mortars though. They might start shooting my cavalry, and we do need them for our flank attacks. However, we should just charge and kill this guy because that's their general, and by killing him we'll inflict a good morale penalty on the enemy here. But we might still be at the edge of the map, which means we're out of their range. I don't see them moving to reload or fire their first shots yet, so we are in a good position so far. Okay. Oops. Alright, I didn't unlimber the artillery yet, so let's do that. And let me move the Izaralis like so. Okay. Oops. Zoom out the back of the map, I can't go farther. Okay. And we'll move like this. Right, our cavalry. Okay. Okay, good. Let's just try and gung-ho charge at them. It's a long way though, and the enemy might try and form lines and we get a few shots off, but the fact that we get to kill him will be really useful. Okay, they are firing some shots. Let's have my artillery shoot at these line infantry here. Wow, look at how scarily accurate they are. That's insane. We are shooting while we're moving though, so we could inflict some... We're excellent, we are inflicting some casualties on this garrison militia. And they haven't formed up yet to shoot at us. Excellent, this is very good. And good, we've clashed with them, and we're out of range of this line infantry, but they are moving off of their wall bit here. Yes, and we have shattered this guy, but if we kill him, it will inflict a better morale penalty. And there's this fire-locked armed citizenry. Good, and we did kill him, so let's try and move our cavalry in different directions. Right, let's just charge right into these bastards. Yes! Oh, look at that sweet, sweet cavalry action. Horse on man action. How do you like me now, bitches? Woo! Good, and we are inflicting casualties on this line infantry, so this is great. We're doing very well. And we've shattered these two, but it is only militia and fire-locked armed citizenry, but we still have reduced the fact that they have... Let's just launch rear attacks into all these guys right now, and let's see what happens. I highly doubt we're going to break all of them at the same time. They might have turned around to face us. Oh boy. Whoa! We're breaking them! Holy crap! This is excellent. I'm going to bring the general down now. We need him in this. Right, but these guys have stood their ground and they're going to drive us off, so we need to get out of there. Keep going after them. Oh boy. And they're standing their ground as well. This is a bit difficult. Ooh, this is too gung-ho. Let's get out of there. Let's pull back. Okay, we've done an exceptional job already. We've shattered this regiment of foot. That's extremely useful. And we'll force them to come to us. Okay. Where's our general? There he is. Okay, let's get him back behind the line safely. Let's prepare our Bashi bazooks along the line here. Let's move these Azarolis so they have a better line of sight and they can actually shoot properly instead of having this little hill in front of them. Let's also bring these Azars around this side as well. This is absolutely incredible. Our cavalry have been devastating on this battle, and so we now just need to give the enemy some good shots and we'll drive them off. We reform with these guys here. We move these guys this way. Right. Let me reform with these guys here. Let me send this Baji over here though. Right. Yes. Let's do this shit. Yes. Alright, let's bring this cavalry around though. We can't frontally assault. But these are militia though, and they're standing exceptionally well. Which is very interesting. Come on guys. Come along this side. And let's bring these guys along this side. Good, we've broken them. Let me bring my general over this side here. Oh no, here in these woods. Let's go, 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 go. Where's my... Oh, right, here's the cavalry. Okay, good, 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 good. Let's see if we can bring them along this side. And if they're... hopefully they're shattered. No, they're broken. They come back from the routing. Okay. Well, we have a better position. We're shooting downhill and we have energy. So this is very good. Alright, very good. Let me bring these guys back again, since they have reformed. Sorry for being a bit silent, because now at this point we are really doing very well. So let me bring these Azars... Oh, let's just move a bit closer. We still have our uphill advantage. Right, let's reform here. Okay, good. Let's reform here. And my artillery just shoot into them. Right, pull back. We don't want to risk the cavalry yet. Alright, we're getting some shots off with our long-range infantry. Let's move forward. Let's just keep pressing the attack. We still have our uphill advantage. Alright, and our artillery have been firing at them. This should be really scaring them, unless they're retreating, like they're full-fledged retreating. Which looks like they are. Let's just charge right into their backs then, and maybe we can finish them for good. While our gun infantry... Oh. No? They're just reforming? I am not sure what they're doing here. Right, they are spread out. This will be a very good thing to charge. They haven't formed a line yet. Here we go! Good. Broken them. Wow, so they stood their ground. This is amazing. Alright, let's pull back. Right. Hopefully my general doesn't stupidly die, which would be hilarious, to say the least, because he's done such a good job. Good. And they're getting shot at. These guys should be good. They have broken now. No. Let's bring these guys closer. Alright, done very, very, very well. This is amazing. Alright, let's push forward. Alright, very good. And we're running down these guys. They're shattered. And we're running down these guys. And they're still broken, but well, if we keep running them down, they'll be shattered. And we have them under artillery and gunfire. They'll run for it. Let's move forward, boys. Good, and they're shattered. The battle is ours. We have taken Georgia. What an absolutely stellar victory. And that's all it took. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to pause the recording and run these guys down. I'll see you in a minute. And we're back with our amazing victory against almost overwhelming odds. And our man, Baltachi Mehmet, becoming an absolute hero and champion of the Eastern Front. We've succeeded with our ragtag band of Tatars and little Bashi Bazouk armed swordsmen and one relatively professional unit of Izarali infantry. We have taken Georgia. What an absolutely incredible bit of maneuvering. I like to give myself a pat on the back for that one, but that's enough praising. So let's close this tab and let's take Tiblisi. Boom! We have taken the great state of Georgia. And we can definitely see on our bottom left, nation destroyed. Take that. Oh, what an absolutely amazing thing. I will destroy their school here because it's just too small and it will be too difficult to maintain with their clamour for reform. So we're okay, and after it's destroyed in the next turn, we can continue taxing them. We don't have a lot of money because it was near our end turn, and let's see what our good general has received actually before anything. So he got a trait. What did he get? He got confident general. I can definitely say he's confident. And +1 morale, as he's mentioned in dispatches. Well, I can definitely say he did a magnificent job. So let's take a look here at what we're up against. So they have built up their area very well, and it's a military governor's barracks, which is extremely useful. So we could use it as our military base in this area. Otherwise, we've also taken the town for 995, so it's not a lot of money, but it's still going to bring that little bit extra to our treasury. So that's absolutely fantastic. at this point with our limited wealth, I would like to see, is there any way I can recruit another unit by any chance out of Yerevan? No? Okay. So let's just spend what we have on, or what little we have on at least trying to replenish some units, so we can at least get a couple of Bashis and things like that back up to speed. Hopefully the Dagestanis give us a turn or 2 or 4 of replenishment before we can continue our war in the mountains. We do have our battles against the Persians, which are a problem up in the north here. But I think, as I said, I'm going to hold the line. Even if they start raiding these territories, it's in our best interest to still hold the city, because if they try and take it, we'll have our a highly defensive position. And we're getting more troops in as we speak. But it might be better if we had some melee infantry on this side, but it is really much better that we have more guns than we have melee infantry. The way of life of hitting someone with a sword is way too old-fashioned. Shooting someone's a lot easier. So on this side of our war zones, we have, as I've seen before, some troop movements going along the north here. The Austrians have been quite quiet, but I say this now and I could have shot myself in the foot and they launch a huge counter invasion, who knows. We have some troops, some fresh troops off to the northeast meeting up here, and we're heading north through Moldavia to put some pressure onto the Polish and perhaps take Lvov, if I pronounced that correctly. Apologies to any Polish speakers that may see this. And then of course we have our other army moving in to the northwest to push into Croatia. So we have ourselves a relatively strong military position and a little expansion that we were finally looking for against the Georgians. Some great battles here. We have come to the end turn, so at this point let's do that. We've moved everything. Let me double check quickly though if any intelligent human beings have come into the cabinet. Looks like there are some smart people. What have we got? What have we got? Honest, status quo, bon vivant, and pious. Very interesting, but he is 33. And then what are we got here? Ooh, an industrial revolutionary, so that's for the treasury administration. And a patron, but it's funny how he gets +1 and then -1 because he's an agrarian, so it's kind of awkward. And then finally here he's an industrial revolutionary, so it's still better if we have this one take over our treasury position. And he is 44, while this guy's younger and has better stats. So let's move him in as our Grand Vizier, and let's set up the new treasury minister. He's only 40, so that's fine. Just a moment. Okay, well, that's what happens when you're in the office. You get phone calls. So, that's that. Well, we've moved some people around in the cabinet, and we can have a fresh pool of candidates. Maybe we can still get an intelligent person. And would you look at that? 80% government popularity, even though with our complete nutcase sack of monkey shit, Mustafa II. But he at least... and he got a Circassian beauty while we're at it. So we still get, apparently, prestige, but he's still distracted by this beautiful lady whilst going out and having a good time. Really living the high life, isn't he, while we're hanging by a thread with our existence to the west and to the east. So let's get ourselves into the end turn and see what we're up against. Of course, I can imagine you've all seen throughout the course of not only battles, but are moving around in the campaign. What is this? Give empiricism, and they'll give us physiocracy, and 680. Well, physiocracy is going to be done by the next turn, I believe, so there's almost no point in this trade. But let me see if they can give me something else. I would prefer if they gave me something else, rather... How about you give me common land enclosures? How about that? Oh, no. Let me redo that technology bit. Just give me common land enclosures. That's all I want. And you pay me. Oh no, you just have to reject it. I'm sorry, Britain. It was nice that you came at me with an offer for technology, but it was something that I'm already going to finish, so it's a bit of a dick move. I would like to see if I get some more cash that I would go technology scrimping and try and purchase some techs, because honestly, the one grand frustrating aspect of working as the Ottomans is that we're so goddamn backward. It's incredible. You would think that a nation that was almost at the forefront of artillery technology, of conquests all across the world, in the Middle East and in Europe, that we suddenly are no better than, you know, monkeys that discover the killing power of the stick and bone, you know. It's incredible. So we'll just keep pushing forward with what little we have, and we're still maintaining a very good position all across our empire, and definitely with the fall of Georgia that was extremely useful for us. So let's see what's going on here. So the Polish are definitely trying to move and take Ayashi, which is a problem. Oh, trade with the Russians. I gladly accept that, and they paid me a little bit of money. Thank you, Piotr the First. You are an absolute champion. I think it's suddenly coming to dwell on some of these nations that we've conquered extra territory, and we're not as stupid as we're led to believe, or at least we're not as stupid as some of these powers lead us to believe. Wow, I clenched my butthole very much with that one. So they ran out of movement points to get into Yerevan, so that's really lucky for us. But it's going to be possible that there's going to be the counter invasion by the Dagestanis, since they've seen no war unless they're fighting the Russians. But even then, the Russians don't defend their southeastern front, so we're in a bit of a precarious situation. We need to move south and defend Yerevan against that Persian force. While that's great that other Persian force to the north of Baghdad has settled down in one of those little townships, because we can just wait for our reinforcements to be recruited and take them down. The Crimeans have had some chances to relax and build up some forces, so maybe they can weaken the Russians. Pretty bad on my part, actually, because all that trade will almost be for nothing, but at least we have one turn of trade with the Russians. We've also opened up a little bit of our spice trade in the last turn, if any of you remember, so that's another thing perhaps the Russians are quite pleased about, that we have some extra resources that they would want. So we're definitely seeing ourselves with some, perhaps a good bit of profit by the end of this turn. The Dagestanis didn't move against us, so that's good. The Barbary pirates will move around and have their little bit of fun. Don't know where they're going. And then we end up with the pirates. Of course, it's going to be amazing that we secured trade with the Russians, and before we even make any of that sweet spices money, pirates show up and attack a fleet. I would be amazed if that actually, I wouldn't be amazed if that happened. That would be so fucking trolly if that happened. So let's see what happens. Come on, Barbary guys. Can you finish up here, please? But before we get to our pirate turn, as I said, I'm sure you could see the lag, the sheer lag, the cringeworthy lag. Well, this is what happens when you have a processor and a computer that can actually make this thing work. And Fraps works on this computer as well, as opposed to my new one. Oh, pirates have done nothing. That's fantastic. So we are in our next turn. We had our raiding done on those two towns. That's a bit unfortunate, but we'll live without it. And physiocracy just got completed. That's as I said. And we finished that Turkish bath. Okay. So let's see about our enlightenment technology. What have we got here? So yeah, the only thing we have is our social contract. So let's just continue with that. It's only 3 turns. And, ooh, what was that? Negative 15%? Minus 15% of building repair costs. That'll be good. And better research rate and some extra town wealth per region. So that will be good. Next turn we have our carbines finally completed, so we can recruit Delhi horsemen, and I said they were definitely a huge component to our armies that we need, and then we can work on plug bayonet afterward. Let's see. Let's just finish off what's left of these. Saxony is destroyed. I don't care about any of these. That's fine. And we do have some extra reinforcements recruited, so let's start sending them to their respective positions. So let's move you to Bosnia. And let's see. There's going to be a lot of money being spent on troop reinforcements, but that's the best thing we can come up with. There we go. Good, good, good. It's probably best that we just get into Moldavia now. So let's just get in there. We outnumber the Poles. Perfect. And let's send you in there as well. And we'll have ourselves a battle in a moment. And now let's move over to the east here. Let's fix up Tiblisi. And let's retrain more of the army here. And we'll focus on that next time when we return as the glorious Ottomans and to bring death and destruction to our Persian adversaries. Till next time, I'm Otholarsk. Thanks a lot, guys.